Who is manipulating African currencies? The answer is complex, involving both domestic governments and powerful international players. Let's start from within. Some African governments artificially fix their exchange rates. Take the Ethiopian birr, for example. Officially, the government might state an exchange rate that suggests your money has significant purchasing power. However, in reality, its value is less than half of that. This isn't an isolated case. Nigeria, Zambia, and Uganda have also been flagged for significant currency manipulation. For years, the Nigerian naira's official exchange rate was held artificially flat, a clear sign of manipulation, before a sudden, drastic devaluation. This instability and lack of transparency have severe consequences. Major international companies like GSK, Bayer, and Sanofi have pulled out of Nigeria, citing the unpredictable currency environment. It deters investment and stifles economic growth. But the manipulation doesn't only come from within. External forces play a significant role. In South Africa, major international banks, including Standard Chartered and Citibank, were implicated in a scandal for colluding to manipulate the rand-to-dollar exchange rate. After an 8-year-long investigation, Standard Chartered was fined over 42 million rand for their part in the scheme, which ran for nearly a decade. This wasn't a victimless crime. Manipulating a nation's currency value directly impacts its economy and the financial stability of its citizens. Then there is the case of the CFA franc, a currency used by 14 African nations but pegged to the euro and historically guaranteed by France. This system has been heavily criticized as a form of neocolonialism. Countries using the CFA franc are required to deposit a significant portion of their foreign exchange reserves with the French Treasury. This limits their monetary sovereignty, making it impossible for them to set their own monetary policy or control their own currency. Their economies are directly tied to the fluctuations of the euro, and the system is seen as a barrier to industrialization, as a strong, externally controlled currency can make imports cheaper than locally produced goods, crippling domestic industries. The consequences of this multi-layered manipulation are profound. It leads to a flight of capital, discourages foreign investment, and hinders the development of local industries. For Africa to achieve true economic independence and unlock its full potential, it needs monetary sovereignty. This means moving away from manipulated rates and neo-colonial currency systems towards transparent, flexible exchange rates, or even exploring regional or continent-wide currencies managed by autonomous African institutions. Only then can African nations build resilient economies that serve the interests of their own people.